Hello, hello. This is Dr. Stacia Alexander. I am bringing to you Goals Don't Have Feelings, and we are just happy to be back. I cannot explain to you how excited I am about the new studio here at Prairie Radio Network and some of the information that we have on deck for you all. We were wanting to bring this show in January because we knew everyone was working on their goals for the year, which I'm a big advocate for goal setting, but we had to wait till the studio was exactly ready. So I think you're going to be pleased with some of the updates that have been put in place, some of the film, or I guess you would say the recording apparatus, the voice. You should hear better voice tones with the microphones we have, and it's just a really nice studio. So make sure that you invite your friends to our episode tonight. We have Mr. Percy Bass, who is the owner and a professional fitness trainer of Head to Toe Fitness in Grand Prairie, Texas. And then we have Miss Jarita Self. She is a yoga instructor, and she just informed me that she's been doing yoga for 15 years. I knew that she had been doing it for a while, and she looks magnificent. Did not realize she had been doing it for 15 years. So she kind of showed me a pose. Maybe Tasha will load it up. And as I go into what Tasha can put on the channel tonight, you all remember Tasha Fight. She's our branded bandit. She's back with us on set. And then we have Nisha Livingston. She's our lifestyle coach. But she is a licensed professional counselor along with me. So everything that she shares on the show will be from a professional point of view. And we will continue to share, hopefully, very beneficial topics for you, information, tips, to make sure that you are handling the emotionality of your life at optimal level. Now, let me give you again the premise of the show, because I don't want anybody to get off track with what my goal is and my vision for the show is. Remember, I for years did just on the 5th year have worked on goals, setting goals with people based on accountability, because I believe if you have a higher level of accountability, then you will have more peace in your life. But what I realized is even through the goal setting, people were not working through what was emotionally holding them back or what was emotionally keeping them from reaching their full potential. So I would guess that last year, I say that I was blessed with the premise of Goals Don't Have Feelings, and we launched it into an official show because I couldn't actually put anything more on my docket, you should say. So I decided to do a monthly show. But the good news for February, we're going to have an extra show for Valentine's Day. So I'll tell you all about that later. So Goals Don't Have Feelings, the show basically is working through the emotionality of the things that we're trying to do. Whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a teenpreneur, we've had teens on the show, or if you are professional, you're in school, you're a scholar, a student working on your goals, there are some things that you need to work through emotionally to make sure that you continue to progress and reach those things that you're trying to do. I still am in private practice as a licensed professional counselor. So some people may reach out after the show and decide that they want to work with me. I do virtual sessions for people who live in Texas because I'm licensed in Texas. I do professional speaking for those of you who are planning your mental health awareness May activities. I do speaking for that as well as other venues. And then I work at a college, in HBCU, which is one of the huge blessings that I count for 2018 because I never thought that I would be in academia in this capacity. But Paul Quinn College here in Dallas, Texas has an innovative president, Dr. Sorrell, who thought that having a mental health counseling center for the students would be a good move. And it has been. We've been able to do some wonderful work there. So I am juggling a lot of balls. And one of the reasons why I wanted the people that I have on the show today is because I know that the self-care area was lacking for me in 2018 because I was so focused on the professional area. And one of the things that fell short last year was my fitness. Now, I haven't totally shared with you guys, I don't think, that 2 years ago, this is 2019, so it may have been I think it's even 3 or 4 years now, I had a major surgery, which shocked me into menopause overnight. And with that, my body became a totally foreign thing to me. Didn't know it at all. The things that I had done to maintain my weight for the last 10 to 15 years absolutely were not working. And so even though I was trying different avenues to maintain my weight, because I don't like being overweight, the things that I had been doing didn't work. So that shocked me. And emotionally, I was dealing with it, but couldn't actually get a handle on the physical fit, part of it, being physically fit. So I'm interested and really looking forward to talking with our guests tonight as we talk about fitness and the connection between your emotions and your physical fitness. So I know a lot of people tend to disregard that, how much your water intake you're getting, how much sleep you're getting, your nutritional value, how are you paying attention to those things, because we tend to minimize the impact that those things have on our family, and then actually being active. So we're going to talk about all of those things tonight with the guests that we have. So make sure that you share our page, Goals Don't Have Feelings. You should see the Facebook Live link. Hopefully this watch party is coming across live. I should have had some people check into it for me. And then we're going to stay on for about an hour tonight talking about these things. So you are able to send your questions in via chat if you have some things that you want us to ask specifically. And otherwise, we're just going to keep going. And you can also call into the show. The phone number is 972-863-8660, and we'll answer your call and repeat your questions online for everybody to hear. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to get the ladies in here so we can have our girl talk. We have some hot topics this evening that we definitely didn't get to address in January, and one of them was pretty big, that everybody's talking about. I don't think it's too late to keep the dialogue going, so we're going to bring that up tonight too as we talk about some things that are hot topics in the world. So stay tuned. Oh, another thing that I wanted to tell you guys, we won't have the live videos anymore. Not live videos, but the YouTube videos anymore. Yeah, I'll explain that maybe in a email or something if you really want to know. I like music, but Facebook Live doesn't like you playing music, and it was just too much of a headache. So if you want to know my musical choices for this evening, you got to ask me over the chat, and I'll tell you, because of course I love music. But we're not going to have that anymore. It'll be straight dialogue, a little bit of music in the background, calendar of events, some things while we switch sets, and then we'll be back. So what you got going on? 2 and 2? Okay. Okay, so you had to lay it down and recoup.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I needed to rest and kind of have some downtime.
Okay.
I just hated it that it had to be under the fact that I was sick.
Okay. 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 All righty. Tasha Fife,
We're
branded,
back.
banded. Are you happy to be
I
back?
am happy to be back. I have missed you, ladies. It seemed like it's been a long time, but it's really just been just about a month, a little shy of a month. But yes, I'm happy to be back and cause some trouble.
Cause some trouble? Is
Yeah.
that, so you didn't cause any trouble over the break?
I did not. I just had a really, really uneventful holiday. It was quiet, and so
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. You're being modest, but you actually dug into your fitness over the holidays. You tracked a
Okay.
lot of. Tell us about this
Okay.
tracking that you're doing, because you wearing me out.
Okay, actually over the holidays, I went a bit far with, because it was cold, so I didn't get out as much.
Mm-hmm.
So I did fall down on my exercise. I didn't do it as much, and I just really indulged in. There's this one ice cream, and I.
Is that the one that we
Yes,
were?
I went
That
to
you
the
sent over the
store,
text? Yes.
And I
I just kept scrolling. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
But I'm back in it now. January came and we've had.
Just
some
tell
good
everybody how many steps you tracked yesterday.
Okay,
You clocked yesterday. Yes.
Yesterday I did over 21,000 steps. Yesterday.
I told her that was 3 days worth of walking.
And so, because I'm trying to get back in it, the body seems to forget so fast.
It does. It does.
And
Yeah.
the day before when I went, it was just terrible. My pace was slow, but I found out from talking to you it was what I had for lunch, and it just made me really. I had pasta. It just really made me lag. And so I didn't do as well. So I wanted to, it seemed like it was my very first time. So yesterday when I got out there, I wanted to like prove that, okay, you have been doing this for a very long time now. So get with it. So yeah, yesterday I really overdid it for that reason.
That was a lot. When you told us how many. So that kind of takes us into one of our hot topics. Don, can you pull up that young lady's picture? Remember, we were kind of talking about does size matter when it comes to fitness? And the young lady that does the marathons, what did she say? She's a, what does she call herself? The fat chef?
Remember,
look at her, running fat chef, runningfatchef.com. Okay. So she runs marathons, half marathons. She does yoga. She says she signed up for an Ironman or something like that.
But she's not comfortable with her swimming.
Swimming, yes. And so, what do you think about that? When that picture actually slims her down.
It really does.
That picture slims her down. She's not actually that small.
See, I think a lot of people, to me, equate skinny or small people with being fit, and that has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Right.
She is very fit, but she said she still gets, fat shame. People still, the little comments that you make, but I don't know. I think she's lost a lot of weight. I don't know. It didn't ever show what she looks like before she started her journey. Okay. But man, the girl is bad. I mean, she gets it. Yeah.
Where is she located?
I don't know where she is. I really don't. But she has a website. She blogs and she gives a lot of health tips. And of course, you can follow her on Instagram, Latoya Shantae Snell. And she had one picture where she's actually flipping everybody off, basically saying, you can't. Yeah, I don't care what you say. I'm fit and I'm physically active. And we know that it is also about our cardiovascular health. So I'm sure her heart is a lot more healthier than mine, even though I'm not as large as she is. But
that girl, she can really,
there she is. See, that's her size. That's more indicative of her size.
So you don't, so when you look at her, of course, you think all she does is sit and eat or whatever, that you would be so surprised that she could do. She was jump roping. Man, she was getting in the.
She was getting it. Yeah.
But
so you can't jump rope?
No, I don't jump rope and I don't jump in jack. Okay.
You don't jump jack?
I don't jump in jack. Now,
girl,
I have done burpees, yes ma'am. I did that
CG.
at CG.
Yeah.
And we would have to do jumping jacks too. But I told my trainer, I said, listen, me and these girls don't jump in jack.
But you pay. You got the Iron Man bra. Why won't y'all use on mine?
I was supposed to go to a class where the lady was going to talk about sports bras for women. But anyway, I didn't make it. That was a couple of weeks ago. But I signed up to go to where she was going to, talk about that and how important it is. But I have one that's better, but I know I need to get some
good ones,
when I'm going,
Oh, that makes a difference.
Support. Because this girl in CG, she goes, if you jumping jack, you might give yourself a black eye.
I remember when I worked with a personal trainer a couple of years ago. When he told me to jump that rope, I was like, for what? Like, why would I jump rope? So I actually had to do it like I was in kindergarten when I started out. And it took me a while to work up to where I could, do it. And it was really me being honorary because it would take me so long to do those jump ropes, but he wouldn't let up. You got to do 100 before we can go to the next thing. And I realized that if I just go ahead and pop it like I'm a boxer or whatever, then it goes a lot faster than... Don't, you can't.
I would have liked to see that.
Oh, get a jump rope. I can show you. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so so that's her. The other thing that I'm focusing on in 2019 is traveling. Being a lot more conscious about where I travel. So I came up with this equation because last year everybody kept saying you're everywhere. You're going too many places, right? So I came up with this equation for 2019. If I get invited somewhere and I have to buy an outfit, buy a ticket, and pay to get my makeup done because I like to get my face worked on every now and then. Right. If I have to do that and it equals more than a plane ticket, I'm not going. I can book a plane ticket somewhere. So I booked my first plane ticket because I got invited somewhere and calculated that it would take me about $200-$300 to get a nice dress or whatever. So I leave for Baltimore in the morning. Yeah, for a weekend trip, going to see my uncle. I'm really excited.
Well, good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'm gonna live up to that equation. So I need you ladies to hold me accountable.
Okay.
All righty. So hush.
Jet setter.
Jet setter. I'm gonna be in the air. But what I did look up were retreats for African American women, and found all of these nice retreats for African American women. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Wouldn't you want to go?
I mean,
No, where's
What
that
kind of
located?
You know,
Yeah.
why are you turning your nose up, Tasha?
I'm not turning my nose up. Yes, I mean it just when I hear retreat, I just think
You don't want to
it sounds boring and
Think about self-care.
going in there and talking about being the power boss lady. I don't want to do that.
Can you show us some more of the pictures, Don? Let's see if
I mean-
Tasha will like some of these.
So what about the self-care component?
I do plenty of self-care. But I'm not saying I wouldn't go. I would love to go, but I don't want to go and read a book.
No, so that's your preconceived notion about
Okay.
these retreats. Some of them, they have, of course, you have the workshops that you can go to, self-care, development, personal development. They have excursions that you can look at her. She's doing yoga in the middle of a very enchanting garden. Wouldn't that be nice?
So where are these retreats located?
Oh, a lot of them are, well, like the people that are hosting them are local, but a lot of them are hosted in tropical places.
Okay.
So some of the ones that we're looking for, one is called Women of Color, healingretreats.com. They host one every year, and these retreats sell out. The Whole Experience Retreat, that's .org, so the whole experience.org. I can't pronounce that OM, like noir, that's a French word, OM noir. But she does a resort and a spa. So this one on April 25th was sold out. But it looks good. And so you can get a single room or you can get a double room. They are for about 4 to 5 days.
Okay.
You are doing a lot of holistic things, just
See,
really
no, I don't want to do that.
whatever. You said you wouldn't exercise 5 years
Well,
ago. So
right, but and I don't want to go do any holistic, and I don't want to be standing out there like those ladies with all those women that I don't know. I don't want to do that.
something is
So what if the three of us went?
I don't want to do that right there.
Tasha fight.
Would you go if the three of us,
We all three can go, but I'm not going to participate in that corny stuff.
Why is it corny? What's
and
corny
I'm not
about
gonna
it?
read a book, and I'm not going to get out there.
What did you
and
used to
go,
call me? What
Mom,
did you used to?
Dom, Nyore, Kyo. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that.
free your mind?
Yeah, Now if I go and they got some pop playing, they got some wine, I do all
Well,
that.
I will look up hoodretreats.com or
Well,
trapretreats.com
well,
if you want me to
find
look
one,
at that.
sign me up.
Okay, maybe we'll host one. Would y'all want to do
Yeah,
that?
but
You know what?
Trapretreat.com.
Trapretreat.com.
Can
That's
you, Don?
what's
Can
up.
you go secure that domain
That's
so
what's
nobody
up.
else will get it before us? Trapretreat.com.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll
And
do
I bet
that.
we're gonna be sold.
So for
out.
August accountability, that's what we're doing
You know,
this
that's
year.
for
Then
ladies that like to
We
have
trap-
fun.
we trapping.
Not that boring stuff.
But we do need to, like, I have been asked for August Accountability to host a retreat. So that was another reason why I was doing my research. Because I really think that a lot of women think like you, like, I'm not doing that. But I think a lot of the women think like you and I, like, I do need to disconnect. That needs to go. This needs to go. Everybody else needs to go. I really need to focus on who I am and
exactly.
reflect.
And if I'm going to disconnect from all of that, then it needs to be entertaining. It doesn't need to be meditation and standing with one leg up and one down.
Okay.
So you won't be
Okay.
on set when Jarita comes in for the yoga segment today.
Well, I have thought about doing yoga. I have thought about it, but I can do that at home. I don't want to go do that on the retreat. That's all I'm saying. So I can just, because they do have hood yoga at Keys Park.
Wait, I'm trying to get a okay, so I am putting this out loud on Facebook Live today. I need a trap yoga instructor
And this one?
for, okay. I know it's one. She just won't call me back.
Uh-oh.
But I need wait, coming tonight? You said Jarita don't do, I think because I need a trap yoga instructor for the students at Paul Quinn. I'm hosting a mental health wellness week, and the one that I reached out to has not called me back. Okay. Now, I know it's emotionally taxing to run a business, but I need you to return my phone calls.
What if I run it?
No, ma'am. Absolutely not. That is not. No, ma'am. Well, somebody emailed talking about trap retreats. They laughing. Okay, so we are, yeah. So get
I
that
just
done,
learned from out there practicing with Jarita. I just learned.
Did you take a picture of her doing a yoga pose?
I did not
No.
capture it.
Oh,
No,
I
I
need
didn't say I
to.
did a pose, but I have several pictures of you posing, and if you keep it up, I'll post them. But I have several of you.
I guarantee you I'll get a contract for a nationally syndicated show if you should post some pictures with me doing that in my 4-inch heels.
Yeah, I got.
There you go. Okay, so all righty. So we have next coming up Mr. Percy Bass from Head to Toe Fitness. He is a business owner and he is a personal fitness trainer, a professional fitness trainer, not personal, professional
That's
fitness
key.
trainer. He is certified and what do you call skilled at doing this, and he has people running circles around that gym. Yeah, so. I tell y'all about that the first time I saw him. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he'll be on set. We'll be right back. Do not tune out. Take this time to invite your friends. Tell them we'll be right back.
All right.
Move fast, y'all. Move too damn. Welcome back to Goals Don't Have Feelings. I am Dr. Stacy Alexander, and I have in the studio with me Mr. Percy Bass,
Hey, Stacy.
the owner of Head to Toe Fitness, and this guy is the real business. He ran me up off the floor the first night I went to the studio, but not because he's not good, but because I was so bad, just wasn't in the right place mentally. So he agreed to join us tonight because I want to make the connection between our emotional well-being and physical fitness. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, the studio, all of those things. Let the audience know.
All right. Well, Percy Bass, owner of Head to Toe Fitness Studio, registered dietitian.
Okay.
Personal fitness trainer. Been in the business about 10 years. Head to Toe Fitness been in going on for about 10 years now. Our fitness studio is in Prairie, Texas. We have about 140 members, 3 coaches, and we're doing the thing. We have group fitness classes focused on nutrition, and we open 6 days a week. And so we just want you to come out and get fit.
Okay. And talk about some of the classes that you guys host, because it's not just like you have a theme night. I think the night that we were leaving, there was a theme for, of course, that was last year. We're not going to bring that up. But yeah, talk about some of the different things you guys do.
So the way we program our workouts, we have Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays we do what we call metabolic resistance training. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do cardio core. Friday evenings, we kind of keep it light, have fun, doing fitness games. We call that Friday Night Lights. And then Saturdays, we have metabolic mix. We bring in everything we've done during the week, bring it into one big workout on Saturday mornings. And it's called a metabolic mix. So just think if you were to go to the regular gym Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you probably do resistance. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, you do cardio core. We program the workout so that when you come in, you'll be able to do that right there at the studio. You don't have to go anywhere else.
Got it all in one place.
All in one place.
Okay, all right. So I'll tell you guys what happened. Oh, okay. So look here. Don got us moving up to what the fitness trends are. Give me a second, Don. Let me tell how I got to the studio. I'm a member of the illustrious Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and every year we go to his studio for red. What is it called? It's
Pink goes red.
Pink goes red, but it's for heart health.
Heart
Health, where everybody wears red on February 1st. And you know that if we wear red, it brings a totally different energy to the color when we wear it. And so last year we had our event there. We got our blood pressure checked. We got quite a bit was done that day, and got some information on heart health. And then we were to work out. And I went and I bought a new outfit because I had gained weight and couldn't really fit nicely into the workout clothes that I tend to wear. So I went and got me a new outfit, and so we went out on the floor, and I thought it was just gonna be like, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Let's just do a little bit, get you guys a little active. And right out the bat, I think my Fitbit just blew off my arm. It was just fast. Your heart rate is just fast. So
Heart rate was up.
it was up real fast, yes. And so because I had purchased new items for the class, the pants did not exactly agree with the activity level that night. So I had to come on off the floor and go to the desk and check people in.
Yeah.
So he does collaborate with community organizations to bring and highlight health, how you can stay healthy, things that you can do, and being a registered dietitian. Tell me a little bit about that, because I did not know that.
Yeah, so in 2000, around 2005, or 2004, 2005, graduated from Texas Women's University with a degree in dietetics, institutional administration, went to Iowa State, did my dietetic internship, came back home, studied for the registration exam, passed that. I was a clinical dietitian for a few years. In the hospital setting, did director of food nutrition services, and that was my full-time gig. 2012, transitioned out of the clinical setting, and went full-time with Head to Toe Fitness Studio. So that's kind of the story behind me being a registered dietitian.
Okay, all righty. And so when you and I talked about you coming on the show, the reason I wanted you on, we had been talking about trying to get in touch with you, and Nisha wasn't successful because, yes, I think I forgot to tell her about that too, what happened. Mm-hmm. But we ended up meeting at a vision board party, that was just January, wasn't it? January. Yeah. Uh-huh. And so Percy and I were serving on a panel, and our conversation, what we provided to the group that night, was just perfectly aligned with me talking about emotions and him talking about the physical health. So from your perspective, how do you help people when you're working with them understand that connection?
So, eating, people have a lot of emotional eating. And a lot of times, it can be based off of stress. Emotional eating can actually be based from, being happy. But a lot of times when people come into the studio, they are there to decompress, right? Mm-hmm. Exercise is actually a stressor, right? Sure. But a lot of times when people come in, they say, I need to be here so that I can actually decompress and let off some steam, all right? And so a lot of times we look at that as being, tying the emotion that somebody might have had throughout the day to exercise, or when they leave there, the emotion to eating.
Okay. And so you help them understand the connection between the two.
Right, yes. We actually just did a live video in one of our groups talking about the emotional eating, and making sure that people understand that, it's a difference between emotional hunger and actual physical hunger. Sometimes you're sitting there and you get bored, mm-hmm, right? Or again, you come home and you think that just because you had a hard day, the things you need to do is get a glass of wine or get that ice cream or something like that. So that's emotional eating, opposed to you sitting down saying, you know what, I'm really physically hungry, let me grab something to eat. So we try to tie the difference between those two.
And the other thing about emotional eating, sometimes we associate certain foods because we are feeling good, like at a family reunion, like I have got to have that peach cobbler, I've got to have the macaroni and cheese, and don't realize that, no, you don't have to have that, but it's like a trigger for you. Mm-hmm. Like my mother, when we were leaving school every day, she would stop by 7-Eleven and give me a bag of cherry sours every single day, like without fail. So it was I was probably well into my 30s before, when I saw a 7-Eleven, I didn't stop, and get those cherry sours. Like that was an immediate connection. Of course, I didn't see them every day anymore because they're just not as we don't have as many in the area. Mm-hmm. But I had to make a conscious effort that, girl, this is a childhood connection that you need to break. Uh-huh. And people they don't understand how those emotions are related to how we live our lives, that they impact us.
It doesn't. Emotional eating does not always have to be negative. Like,
right.
We always say, when you win a big game, what you gonna do? You always go eat somewhere.
Right.
Super Bowl parties, graduations, everything mm-hmm. ends up at a place where you're eating. Right. So it's not always negative, but you got to remember that, some of the choices that we make when we go do these things are not gonna be beneficial to us in the long run. But we still make time for those things that we want to do. I call it the 90-10 rule. But if we always mm-hmm. having these negative setbacks, or even again a positive setback, it's not going to be favorable to us.
Okay. So one of the things that I was sharing with the audience that happened to me was a serious operation that I had that reset my entire physiology. So what I had been doing for years to maintain did not work anymore. Like it was like my body was laughing at me. Emotionally, that was difficult. I don't think enough trainers talk about that. I don't think enough trainers understand menopause. I don't think they understand that I don't have the same body at 48 that I had at 20. So I was working with trainers, and I really think that they meant well, but they didn't get that this lady, she's not just dealing with she's eating too much, because I'm definitely not eating too much. She's not dealing with she's stressed out. It's that her body physiologically is not responding. So how do you deal with that for the ladies who are early menopausal and things like that?
So we definitely have people of all ages that come into the studio and that I see on a personal level when I do consults. But you have to, when we're talking to somebody, you find those things out. You can't, just assume that somebody, just because they're overweight, that they're eating too much or they're not exercising. You got to dive deep into the, the why. All right? And so when you find out somebody is premenopausal or postmenopausal, you have to train them a little different. You have to put them on a different type of plan, because sometimes, we have people who come in and it's 40 degrees outside, they having hot flashes, and so you have to account for that, of how you training the person. But then, in the consult and when you're talking to them, you let them understand, hey, it's not your fault. It's just what you're going through at this time. So the weight loss or the might be a little slower for you at this time. But hey, we're going to work that thing out.
Right. It's some understanding to it. So let's switch gears a little bit, because you are a business owner, you are a personal trainer. There's some emotions related to that. What do you think has been the most rewarding experience that you've had being a business owner? And then what do you think has been the hardest part emotionally about owning your business?
Rewarding. I mean, every day that I walk into the studio, I just kind of look around, I kind of take it all in. Just to think that, I stepped out on faith and was able to build, coming from doing boot camps in the park to having, a 7,500 square foot facility. You just look around and say, this is what God has given me, allowed me to step into my purpose and my passion. So, every day when I go in, I just take that in and say, this is what, you've built this, with the help of, with the grace of God, you built this, with my wife being right there by my side, being able to take things on, outside of the studio. I think that would be what I have elation on a daily basis. Okay. But also, to that, a lot of times people don't see what's on the back end of it. They see when they
Outcomes.
Walk in, right? They walk in, you got 3 trainers and coaches, and you got this big facility, but they don't understand that, at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, it falls on you. Right. At the end of the day, after you paying bills and you looking at things, you lost 12 members, in that month, and you trying to figure out how to move things around and make things happen, it kind of get lonely,
Oh, okay. So loneliness.
Yeah, lonely. Okay. Because the thing about it is you can't talk, sometimes, you can't talk to somebody who has a 9-to-5 about being an entrepreneur. Right. That's why sometimes you surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, because they know what you're going through. Right. But me coming home, or me going to somebody who got a 9-to-5, telling them about the day-to-day trials and tribulations I might go through, they don't understand that, because they go to work, they come home, and they got their check. But it's the daily grind that entrepreneurs go through. That if we don't grind, we don't eat. We don't bring home a check if we ain't doing what we need to do. Right. So it's going home, being at home, thinking about making sure what if somebody call in, what if the air conditioner break, things of that nature. It's a whole different side to being an entrepreneur. Being afraid that next month you might not be able to make bills. You go through a lot of that. So there's a good and a bad.
Yeah, one of the things that my husband has been very, I can say constant with, is keeping me faithful. Like, I get in my head, I get cerebral about owning a business, and oh Lord, we didn't bill enough this month. I'm gonna have to, pull some money from here or there or whatever. And he says, Stacey, God been doing this for 20 years. Why wouldn't he do it for another 20? And so I think, like you mentioned, your wife, it helps to have somebody who's gonna level you out when you get over here and you're handling all these things that you have her over there. So I'm sure that helps with the loneliness in terms of I have to handle this all by myself. When you know you don't, but that's what gets in your head. And I think people need to hear that when they're preparing to launch a business or they're writing a business plan and really working on things that, yeah, it's not all cookies and cream. Sorry, I shouldn't have made that food reference. I should have said something else. So then look at how much money in the fitness industry, how much money is there. $87.5 billion global industry revenue in 2018. And that's because more and more people are understanding the importance of the physical health, maintaining, actually keeping a handle on that. One thing I tell people when they're overweight, and I don't shame anybody, is that I don't see a lot of overweight old people. You know, you just do not tend to live as long when you're carrying that much weight around. But is there anything else you want to share with us? I'm glad you came on set. I hope it was fun for you. We're just kind of hanging out.
I've been waiting on this. We've been trying to hook up for a while now. But yeah, we just, the thing that I want to, just leave with everybody is that we want to make sure that you're trying to be the best version of yourself.
Okay.
Right? People come in and they see people on Instagram, they see people on TV, and they say that that's what they want to look like, but we want to be the best versions of ourselves.
Right.
I heard you earlier talking about the young lady who was doing the marathons and stuff like that.
Right.
And, we definitely applaud her. So we want people to get moving. We want people to start eating better because it's all about quality of life.
Right.
You get older, and, people, when the thing about it, if a person comes in and sits in front of me and tells me that they want to, they need to lose weight because they're pre-diabetic, and they scared to death of taking insulin. Or when a person comes and sits in front of me and says, I want to get pregnant, since I need to lose weight, we take that seriously. And so, whatever your why is, you just zone in on it, focus in on it, and go for it.
Right. Yeah. And when you're saying that, I'm thinking because goals don't have feelings. I don't want to take medication, regardless of how I feel. At the end of the day, I don't want to have to take medication. Regardless of how I feel, at the end of the day, I don't want to wear a 14. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got to get up. I got to make sure that I meal prep, which is what I'm focusing on for January. I said I'm just going to focus on my food. Well, no, I had to do it in January. I had to start out on track. Okay. Yeah. So February is I'm going to get moving. And I did go walking the other day. I need to get me some more running shoes. I do like running. I'm going to tell you that. But weight with that running, it just didn't work on my joints. Like that freaking hurts. Yeah. More so than like when I first started running, because I have asthma. I didn't start running till I was, Alexander, 48? I didn't start running till I was like 45. Yeah, I had asthma in my life, so I didn't think I could. But I got with Black Girls Run, started running, and ended up running a half marathon. So, it was like, oh, I like this. I like the serotonin. I like this.
Get them endorphins going.
Get them endorphins going. Well, with this weight, it's just, it hurts more than the normal run does. And the recovery is harder than it was. And so, I really want to, get back down to a reasonable size that my bones can manage. That's what I've learned too.
Your body can carry.
That my body can carry, without injury. Without further injury. But so we've gotten the meal prep down. We're eating real good on that. Good. But I'm glad you came. I hope you get to come back sometimes and give us some more information, and we'll give a shout out to the studio.
That's it.
All righty. So Don, will you bring up the calendar of events? And I want my audience to thank Mr. Percy Bass and go visit the website at Head to Toe Fitness. Do you have his contact information, Don? You can put up. I got his Instagram account, Facebook account on there, so people can know where to find you. You do have an active page on everything, so people can follow you and see the things that you're doing, and you announce the different classes and stuff. So I checked you out. It's pretty good. Right. So put up the calendar of events, and we'll be back with Miss Jarita. She is going to come with us on yoga. Do y'all have a yoga person on?
We do.
You do? Okay, cool. Do y'all do trap yoga? I need a trap yoga.
I'm going to get in contact with the trap yoga.
Okay.
I know who she is. I'm going to tell the Kai.
Oh, you are? Okay, all righty. Okay, so we'll be back in a little bit. Don't go away. Welcome back to Goals Don't Have Feelings with Dr. Stacey Alexander here at PowerPlayRadioNetwork.com. I have the beautiful Jarita. She is here with me. You all do not realize just how fun this is being on set with her. We were just catching up. I have known her for 20 years.
Not that long.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, she's gorgeous. I do love her. She's so classy. Like I remember seeing you at church. We're from the same church, Mount Olive Baptist Church in Arlington, Texas. Yes, where Pastor Thompson is the senior pastor.
Mm-hmm.
We both joined under Pastor N.L. Robinson. Have to give that shout out. Miss him. That's strange. It is. Yeah. So her and I are going to catch up a little bit. So just kind of, watch out and see what we bring up. And so she said that we were both in the same Sunday school class together. I must have been teaching though, because I think there's a pretty good age span between us. Yeah. I started teaching when I was like 30 in that class.
Were you teaching?
Yeah, with Marilyn and Clara and Virginia.
I thought you just didn't want to move on. I'm so
No, I was one of the teachers.
Oh,
no,
but you're
no,
an
no,
awesome
no.
teacher because you came all the time.
Yes, I love my Sunday school class. Yes, I
You were
did.
awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So Jarita has been doing yoga. She said for 15 years now. So tell them about your yoga and the name of the business and everything, because I did not put it up, and I apologize for that. Okay.
So
okay.
it's everybody does yoga.
Okay. Really?
I know.
Okay.
I know. There's a short story behind all that.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
it's just about me always showing that everybody can.
Okay.
Every body shape.
Okay.
Everyone in every situation. Like we can do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I help people to realize that they can incorporate a little yoga at work.
Okay.
Just all of that. Anywhere.
Anywhere.
On the golf course.
Why did you choose yoga out of all the avenues to fitness? Why did you?
Like I said, it chose me.
It did.
It felt so natural.
Okay.
My first class, even though I fell asleep during my first yoga class,
it was that relaxing.
It was that relaxing, but it still sparked something in me.
Okay.
To continue to just practice.
Okay.
And it was intriguing.
So educate us a little bit. How is yoga different from Pilates?
Okay, so Pilates' main focus is core, meaning your abdominals and your lower back.
Okay.
It incorporates everything, but it's more of a repetitive movement. Okay. A rhythmic movement with breath. Okay. A lot of it is on your back, on your mat. Mm-hmm. They also have apparatus that they use in Pilates. Mm-hmm. A lot of that. But yoga, it's much more. It's something that it's not just the physical practice of yoga. Mm-hmm. It can be a way of life, how you treat people. Mm-hmm. Just your breath work can be your yoga practice. Mm-hmm. Just meditating on something can be your yoga. So it's a big difference.
Okay. And so then for me, watch this. This is what I struggle with, and I'm sure it's because I'm uneducated on this particular topic. Okay. So I've always heard, I don't even know how to phrase this question, and I'm rarely at a loss for words. Okay. But you said I could ask you anything. Christianity and yoga.
That's a good one.
I had to because
that
I'm just
good.
All I see is Tina Turner, yum.
I know,
that's
and
all
that's
I
not
see.
even yoga.
That's Buddhism.
Yes,
okay, so there you go, Tasha.
So
that's you didn't hear it, but yeah. Okay, so do that. Explain. Just walk me through that. Okay. Christianity and yoga.
Christianity and yoga. Mm-hmm. Well, like I said before, there are so many limbs of yoga. Okay. And for instance, I just practice pranayama, meaning my breath work, asanas, meaning my poses. Okay. And that's basically what I focus on. Okay. Now, when it comes to Christianity, well, in yoga, they teach you that it's not a religion and that you have the choice of what you would like to meditate on. Okay. So it's not someone telling you, hey, here's a Hindu holy book. Okay. So they're not saying, here, read that. Okay. No, someone's not saying that. They're saying that you can just meditate on anything.
Because when I think of, and this is just me processing yoga over the years, when it says clear your mind, right? Okay. Clear your mind. And this is gonna sound real ignorant. I'm okay with that because I'm learning. that if I clear my mind, I really should be focusing on God and Jesus, right? And so you're saying when they say clear your mind, then that's what I can choose to focus on.
Well, yes. And
Okay.
why can't clear your mind just be a place where you're still to allow the Lord to speak to you?
Yes.
Could that be clear your mind?
That
just
could be.
Stop with all of that
All
running
this
around
other
in your
stuff that we
head
were talking
about your
Right.
to-do list or
Right.
how uncomfortable you may feel.
Okay.
And
Okay.
allow that to be a peaceful moment.
Okay.
And just where you're not thinking, you're
Okay.
allowing yourself to be
To be still.
Be still and just breathe.
Okay. And so do you find that when you're teaching the yoga classes that it does bring up emotions?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Whether I'm teaching or I'm taking a class.
Really?
I'm a lifelong student.
Okay.
So yes, there's been times
So
where
you
I've
still
cried
take
on my
classes
mat.
with people? Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Where you've cried on your mat?
Yeah, just meaning, I'll be in a pose and I'll just have worked something out emotionally or just some things that I need to get out, and it can come out on my mat. So to speak.
Really? That's interesting. So it is, you think it could be reparative for people in terms of emotional, just being centered, really finding out who you are? Because I do talk to, especially ladies, like men, they don't come so much in to the office to find balance. You know, they come in because they're problem focused. I got a problem. My wife is ticking me off, or my wife doesn't trust me, or I can't get the job that I want, or my kids or something. They're really problem focused, where women, a lot of times when they come in, they're just trying to find peace. They're just trying to be centered. And so with yoga, you can actually help them to just...
Yes.
Okay.
And I also have always heard from a lot of students that even adding heat to your pose in hot yoga.
That what is it called? Baraka yoga?
It's
What is it? Barack Obama yoga.
Bikram.
Bikram yoga,
Bikram
yeah.
yoga. That's how you pronounce it.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Like
Bikram.
my
Yes, you can.
thermostat, my internal thermostat in my body is always on 100.
You can. And I tell you why. Because with any hot yoga, whether it's Bikram or anything, they're going to add a level of humidity to the room.
So it's
gonna
not
be humid.
Texas hot.
No, it's not dry heat. It's humid heat. And the minute you walk in there, your pores will start opening and you'll start sweating on your arms.
Right,
everywhere.
but how can I breathe through that? Like
you just learn how to breathe. It's not that unbearable.
It's
and then
not.
the instructors, they'll open the door.
Oh,
and
they
let some
will.
fresh
So they
air
don't just wait.
in.
Because I faint. Okay, so let me.
Now, some places you can faint.
I do. Like I faint. If I overexert with exercise, I don't even fight it anymore. I've learned. Just go ahead and pass out, reset. I tell people, do not call 911. Do not. I don't want to pay that ambulance bill. I
How
promise
long
you.
do you pass out?
Oh, probably. It's maybe like a minute. It's not.
I mean, that can happen in yoga.
That's what I'm saying.
You can go from a forward fold,
Oh,
head
you
down,
mean
all
not
the way
even
to
the
the
hot
top.
yoga?
Well, you know what? That's happened to me where I've gotten lightheaded, and it was a heated yoga class.
Yeah.
Where they won't even put the air on,
Yeah.
and they'll just kind of open
It's
up
supposed to
the
be
windows.
98 point
It is,
something
yeah.
degrees in there. Yeah.
But it feels so good, and that's part of the therapy of yoga. I'm telling you, you have to try it.
I'll take your word for it. I will take your word for it. So what you put up here for us? Don got some statistics for us. Yeah. Can you read that? I didn't bring my glasses
all I
in
see
here.
is statistics, and then
I see 56 points. Okay.
That's 56% of people. Okay, we'll start with the 73%
Of people.
view yoga as a stress reliever. Yes,
Okay.
it can be.
Yeah.
It can be what you make it. And the same poses that you would use as a stress reliever are some of the same poses you would use as a workout.
Okay, so that was my question for you. I because I do see it as being a stress reliever more so. Then can you maintain your fitness with yoga?
You know,
What? I don't know.
you know that's a loaded question.
You said I could ask anything.
Maintain your fitness with just yoga.
Can I slim down
You can
with
slim
just
down,
yoga?
but someone who's been in the industry, it would be beneficial to get more holistic. And I don't know if
a well-rounded.
a well-rounded workout.
Okay. What you got up here?
Maybe the 49% of people say, I don't know.
I can't see it.
To improve overall health.
Oh, here it is. 49% of people say to improve overall health. Oh, why start yoga? 49% of the people say to start.
Well,
yeah.
And then those are the people whose doctors already told them, hey, you may need to start some yoga.
Oh, okay. And then 56% of the people say they do it to reduce stress.
Mm-hmm.
Then 42% say to improve strength.
Yes,
Like,
it does.
okay, so trying to do it in 4-inch heels would improve my calf muscles. And then 21% say for weight loss.
Yes.
I
And
could
that would
see
be hot yoga.
that would be that would be the hot yoga.
The more upbeat.
I could see as well, like if you are heavier, like I don't feel as comfortable running with this much weight, that I could do the yoga. What do you think when you say to lose weight?
It's different. I mean,
Okay.
you're talking about running, and that's way more. That could be way more calories. Now, not to say that you won't burn as many calories in a hot yoga class.
Yeah, I know.
But how many days can you go to hot yoga and do the same moves? Or do similar moves?
Me? Or period?
Well, yeah, I mean,
anybody?
Compared to how many days you can run. So
So
when it comes to weight loss, again, you want something well balanced.
Yeah, and I think that so it would be a good addition to your fitness program.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So give us some parting words about yoga and look, he put her pose back up. Let her see. I love that. That's the one you just taught me. So I'm gonna put our pictures side by side. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
that's tree. I did tree in 3-inch heels, 4-inch heels, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all the tree pose. Tree pose. Yeah, pros. So yeah, what you want to tell us? Parting words about yoga and your business and things like that.
Parting words. Remember, y'all, everyone can do yoga.
Everyone can do yoga.
If you have questions on how can I start, I don't know what to do, that's where you contact me.
Tell them where to find you.
Okay. You know, I'm married.
I do know that, and you have a child, and I couldn't. I could not believe
I have 2
it.
kids. I had a baby like right after we got married.
Did you really? I did. I saw that. I was like, "Is that a kid that Jarita has?"
2.
You see,
I'm so old now.
Oh, whatever. Ours is in college. Chance is graduating in April.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am. Chance is graduating, and Taylor is a sophomore. Yes.
I knew you were pregnant.
Golly, that was a long time ago. Yeah, they're done.
So, you can hit me up on Instagram. Everybody does yoga.
Oh, okay.
So that's easy.
Okay.
And then my Facebook, just my regular name, just Jarita Self, and then Gardner will pop up.
Okay. That's what you were saying. You're married now.
Yes.
Okay. Gardner, who is he?
He's from Arkansas.
Oh, he's not from here.
Arkansas.
Cause nobody in Mount Olive has Gardner. I thought that
Gardner.
Gardner. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I was like, did you really do that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Alrighty. So yes, show Jarita some love on her social media handles. I do appreciate you coming on set.
Absolutely. I love it.
Okay,
Awesome.
good. Yeah, and I if I try yoga. If I do it out, I'll send you a picture. You want to do that? You host a class. Maybe, because I did a dance class for my birthday a couple of years ago. Maybe I'll do yoga.
I brought my yoga mat and everything.
Yeah, I'm not doing that tonight because my husband's here. We laugh at each other. We do stuff.
I can show you some upper body stuff.
You can show me some upper body stuff. Okay, so we're going to take a break and we'll do that. Can you bring the calendar of events back up, Dawn, while we are signing out?
Thank you.
Don't you say nothing derogatory. Don't nobody say nothing bad about Black Panther. It's in the theaters this
I
month.
know, for free, right? It's
Go
for
see
free.
it then.
It's a
What's
good
the next
movie.
one, Don?
I like Medea.
Oh, and that's why I put it up there. Which one do you like better? I like Viola Davis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Viola.
I do.
Yeah.
Hmm
Yeah.
Okay, we good. Who do you love? Who do you love?
Who do you love?
It's Stacia. Hi. Cardi B or Missy Elliott?
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott. Go and bust that move, Tasha.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Missy because Cardi, bless her heart. I like, yeah.
I like Missy Elliott
Like
still
Missy.
better than Cardi B. I think Missy can drop something today and wipe Cardi B just completely off. Yeah, I just think she's a more intelligent rapper.
Yeah.
Look, you don't think so, Don? What? That girl, Missy don't even have to move on stage. Brian McKnight or Charlie Wilson?
Ooh,
First
Uncle
name
Charlie.
Charlie was?
Last
Uncle
name Wilson,
Charlie.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian is too soft.
Oh, so you like somebody got a history, huh?
Yeah. I like him rough around the edge.
We just having fun. Was that it, Don? That was
No,
it?
I'm
Okay.
corporate.
All right, ladies.
Straight
Y'all good?
Gonzales.
Anything with it? I can't bring them back. I can't bring them back. Y'all good? All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they got a little hyped over Charlie. I'm glad we put that one up last, Don. They got a little hyped over there. Okay, so thank you for joining us tonight for our episode of Passion and Purpose, how we're talking about the emotionality of being in the helping profession. And I think we got some very valuable information. Remember, we are going to host another show for next week for Valentine's Day, how to maintain your marriage. Tasha, please give me the name of the show because I mess them up every time until you say something.
All is fair in love and business.
Woo!
Is that the name of it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I think I put the wrong name on this stuff. But okay, so all is fair in love and business. So if you see something else pop
I
up,
text you and
I
text
tried.
you
It just
Accountability.
it doesn't. If you're doing stuff in the middle of the night, it just does not help. But that show is going to come up. So we do appreciate you joining us for the fourth segment of Goals Don't Have Feelings with Dr. Stacey Alexander, and I have some really good friends here. Some Tasha Fight is in the house, and some Nisha Livingston has joined us. And we are going to also see some of their segments this year. They're going to get some stuff on the books for y'all in prep. Yeah, Tasha likes to doing stuff. Yeah, bringing you branding information. But don't forget to tell your friends about us. You can continue to watch the show, even though it won't be live. We will be checking in on the comments and the information. So we appreciate you just a lot. I thank you for joining us again for our January episode in February. We are back on track we're back. So you guys have a good evening. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.